I had a whole video running where I was showing you how I potted up this beast of a container. And I went to go get the video and discovered that my battery had died and it didn't really catch much of it. So I'll show you what I can, but I did want to show you what I did so far. I picked up these beautiful containers. They're actually resin, so they're super lightweight. I prefer pottery and ceramic, of course. I think it holds the heat more consistent. It's more porous. It allows for, things, especially if you get terracotta, which isn't glazed, which is my favorite. It allows for the air and the water to pass through a little bit more naturally and doesn't heat up the roots. But I saw these and I loved them. I sent my husband home to go get them, or sent him over to go pick them up. I bought them on Marketplace. And he's like, "You're joking, right? I can't fit these in my car." So I had to go down with my minivan. And then when I realized that I have really bad spatial understanding of things because this is huge. So, they're still cool, but I realized there's no way these are going to fit on our patio. So I had already bought the plants to put in them. So what I decided to do is just put it here in this back patio. I'm over here in my orphan garden / vegetable garden. I have this patio here. I do have to be careful because the dryer vent is right there. And so that heat comes out. So I don't want to cook anything. So I'm going to try and keep everything to this side. And we try not to do laundry during the hot afternoon anyway, because it's, when you're not supposed to do laundry, and save on, utilities and all that. So I'm going to put it here. I have 2 more to fill. I've got that one and that one. And I will walk you through what I planted in all of them. This particular one took 6 bags of 2 cubic foot potting soil. Holy moly. So that's 12 cubic feet of soil in here. A lot of people like for you to put stuff in them. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't layer and put stuff into my pots. I just feel like the soil settles anyway. The roots might want to go down. I may want to put something like a tree in this. It's so big. I don't need it for just these little annuals that I'm putting in. So I'm like, okay, I'll just do it, fill it up, and then I'll figure out what I want to do. I even thought about sealing up the drainage holes and making it into a pond. Wouldn't that be cool? So anyway, that's probably a project for another year. For now, I'm just using it because I already have the plants and I'm filling them in. So I'll walk you through what I did, and I'm going to show you, fill up my other 2, and then I'll do all 3 of them at the same time of what's in here and how I did it and what I am doing with the drip. All right, so I'm going to get after it before I'm in the sun. Right now I'm in lovely shade. It's a beautiful July day. It's not supposed to be that hot, so I'm really excited about that. Only in the 80s this week, so perfect time for planting, which is why I'm doing this. I would have just let these sit empty if it was back in the triple digit heat like we had last week. All right, I'm gonna have fun with these. Hope you have fun watching it too. surely a child would say. You are alone in the kitchen. Okay, here we are. Hope you can see that okay. So 3 ginormous pots. I did one last night and then the other 2 this morning. And I'm here in, a corner of my side yard by the orphan garden that gets, in this corner, several hours of bright afternoon sun. And when I mean bright, I mean hot afternoon sun. And so we'll see how some of these things that, how they'll do. So what I did was, I think I mentioned in this big pot here, I took 6 bags of 2 cubic potting soil, filled it up, and in it I have this gorgeous dahlia that's been sitting in a can, so it's not that heavy right now, so hopefully it'll start feeling better. And with it I have some surefire white begonias, which can take that bright sun, but also perform in shade. So I'm thinking they'll do really well. I also picked up these Marguerite daisies because they're just so sweet. I couldn't help it. Look how cute they are. They're a little floppy right now because I just planted them last night and watered them in. And then I have alternating green and dark purple, black sweet potato vine. So I'm hoping that this will fill in. I know that the sweet potato vine can take that sun, so I'm hoping this will do really well. And as these drape, I can kind of weave them in between the other pots too and use them as kind of a filler if I want, and keep them trimmed if I want to also. One of the things I wanted to point out was I have each of these set up for drip. So I'll ask my husband to come in and get me hooked up on the drip. I have some already here, kind of in my orphan garden, so I can just tap into any of these lines here, and I'll just run a line over and then tap into these down here. See, I made a circle, so I've got it down here, and then I've got it here, and then I can put the drip in all in here, however I end up doing it. In this next size pot, I did the same thing. Here's my drip. You can see here, I've got it under here, under here. Look at, from my other video, I went and got these yellow, and look at, they look great. So I have the Dichondra Falls, which is such a pretty silvery white, with this yellow, which I think is perfect, with more of the surefire white begonias, and then this Russian sage. The Russian sage can absolutely take the heat, so I am not worried about it, and I can make sure that the water goes around in here, and so I can control the water and how much it gets versus how much everybody else gets. So I'm pretty confident that that will do okay. And then in this littler pot, which is still pretty big, I have a beautiful perennial sunflower and then some purple calabroca, which I'm hoping will fill in. These have been in their cans sitting through that 108-degree triple digit 3 days of it, and they were pretty sad. So I'm hoping they bounce back. But I really like the yellow. So see, here we go. I can do yellow. It just has to be the right yellow. So I'm going to tap into the drip, and I'll keep you posted on how these fill in. It's a nice, easy chore, I think. Again, I don't know why we call it chore. Nice, easy project, I should say. All right, everybody. Thank you, and I hope you get a chance to make it into your garden today.